Hi, I'm Jacob Gallucci, and today I'd like to talk about the first Chicago Bulls game that I went to. It was back in 1997. Yes, it was. I have the information here. It's from BasketballReference.com. It was February 11th, 1997, and the Bulls beat the then Charlotte Hornets 103 to 100. And Michael Jordan actually had a game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer. It was unbelievable, and it's crazy that that was my first game. I was only 8 at the time. It was a month before I turned 9, and I was in third grade. And this was during the season when the Bulls would win their fifth championship. And by winning this game, the Bulls' record afterwards was 43-6. 43-6, yes. And the Hornets were a good team back then too. They had Glenn Rice, Anthony Mason, Vlade Divac, Muggsy Bogues, and Del Curry. So they had a good team, but the Bulls were amazing back then. They had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Ron Harper, Steve Kerr, and Tony Kukoc, and that was a really good team. And Michael Jordan had 43 points in that game. 43 points, yes. And the Bulls' second leading scorer was, believe it or not, Luke Longley. Yes, Luke Longley of all people. He had 12 points in that game. Pippen only had 5 points. He shot 2 of 13 in that game, which is awful. Awful. But, let's see. Ron Harper had 10. Kukoc had 10. And Steve Kerr had 9 points. And he only made 1 3-pointer, though. But, well, Kerr was a great 3-point shooter, but he only made 1 in that game. And the Hornets were led by Glenn Rice. He had 32 points in that game. And Del Curry off the bench had 20 points. Anthony Mason had 18, and Vlade Divac and Muggsy Bogues each had 13 points. And the attendance for that game was 23,884, which is unbelievable. The place was packed. I remember I went with my dad, and it was really an awesome game. I want to say the game was on Friday night. I want to say it was Friday night. I'm looking it up right now. I'll let you know. 1 second. But I was lucky to see Michael Jordan when he was still here, and yeah, I believe it was Friday. But I saw a few more games with Jordan after that. I went to one of the Eastern Conference Finals games that year against Miami. I can't remember which one, but I'm pretty sure the Bulls won that game. And I went to a couple games in '98. I went to a game on my 10th birthday, March 20th, 1998, against the then Vancouver Grizzlies. The Bulls won that game. Then I went again on March 31st, which is actually my mom's birthday. And the Bulls beat the Pistons that night. And went to a couple other games then. I can't remember which ones. Oh, I think I went to the Bulls home opener back in the 97-98 season against the 76ers. The Bulls raised their fifth championship banner that night, and I want to say the Bulls won that game. But I was fortunate to see Michael Jordan when he was still here. I remember the last three championships very well. When the Bulls won their fourth, fifth, and sixth championships, I was in second, third, and fourth grade. I was young, but I do remember those championships very well. And I haven't been to a Bulls game in a couple of years. I want to say since the 2011 Eastern Conference Finals against Miami. That was my last Bulls game, I think. And I didn't go to any games last year. I was just pissed off about the lockout, and I haven't gone this year. I mean, without Derrick Rose, the Bulls are good this year, but without him, they're just really not that exciting. With Rose, they would be great, but without him, they're still good. But it's just not the same. And I'll probably go to a Bulls game next year. They'll be a lot better next year once Rose is healthy. And yeah, it was fun to go to the game back in '97. I remember it well, and it's a shame that the Hornets moved. They were really good at the time, the Hornets. Before then, they had Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson, but by then, Mourning was with Miami and Johnson was with the Knicks. And after they moved to New Orleans, it just wasn't the same. I mean, the Charlotte Bobcats suck. That team's going to move. It's a pretty safe bet that they're going to move. I could see them going to, well, the Kings are likely going to go to Seattle, but the Bobcats, I think a good place for them would be St. Louis. St. Louis or Pittsburgh would be good. Maybe Cincinnati, because that team is so bad right now. Michael Jordan should just sell that team, and the team has to move. I mean, they've made the playoffs once in 9 seasons, and I want to say they got swept. This was back in 2010, and they played the Orlando Magic that year, and they're just an awful team. They're really bad, and by the time they're good, they won't even be in Charlotte anymore. I highly doubt it. And anyway, I'm sorry for rambling, but I just wanted to share information about my first Bulls game. It was a great experience, and it was really it was awesome to see Michael Jordan hit a game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer. I mean, the place went wild. It was just an exciting game, and anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with 2 new videos, and until then, take care.